Welcome back. As always, we've got the AIagentstore.ai website page pulled up today. It's the daily staple we use to track exactly what's happening in this space.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty much essential reading at this point.
Right. And today we're unpacking a platform called Kohala. Because if you were a founder or a product manager or, a software engineer listening right now, deploying an AI agent is essentially just a chaotic exercise in risk management.
It really is.
And Kohala is promising to bring that whole process, designing, building, and operating, all into one place.
But looking at the architecture they present on the site, the real differentiator isn't just the deployment itself. It's the rigid friction they intentionally introduce before an agent is ever allowed to go live.
Okay, let's unpack this because they enforce this proven build flow, right?
Exactly. So before the agent even gets assembled, they have this feature called Kai.
Guy, right?
Yeah, and Kai acts as the designer. But its primary job is actually scoring your data sources.
Which is like, it's kind of like a chef tasting the ingredients before cooking, right?
Yeah.
Like if the tomatoes are
The
bad.
sauce is going to be bad, yeah.
Exactly.
So instead of just dumping a mountain of corporate documents into a database and, playing the agent doesn't hallucinate, Kai grades the data first.
Which is a huge structural shift. It feels less like a filter and more like an immune system rejecting corrupted files before they infect the agent.
That is a highly accurate way to look at it. If the data fails the scoring threshold, the build just halts.
Right, so it just stops entirely?
Yeah, an operations manager actually has to intervene manually and approve the fix.
I have to push back a little there, though.
Yeah.
We're talking about operations managers who are already completely strapped for time. Doesn't forcing a human to manually audit data quality just bottleneck the automation they're trying to buy?
Well, what's fascinating here is that it structurally prevents the whole garbage in, garbage out scenario.
Yeah.
It does add friction, sure. But the traditional approach of retroactively fixing an AI that just hallucinated a catastrophic error to a client.
That takes exponentially more time.
Exponentially more. By scoring the data up front, Kohala shifts the trust from the AI model itself down to the foundational data. It builds trust.
That makes a lot of sense. Which actually brings us to that 66% autonomy sweet spot.
Yes, the 66%.
Because once you approve the build, the agent runs these multi-step workflows, it holds conversational context, but it deliberately leaves 34% of the loop to human reliance.
Right, and it does that using something they call koans.
Stop with there. What actually is a koan, technically speaking?
So think of a koan as a dynamic state module rather than like a static text response.
Okay.
Instead of an agent spitting out a paragraph in a chat interface that instantly becomes outdated, it generates a persistent, live object.
Oh, wow. So if the underlying data changes.
The koan updates in real time, yeah. The human operator monitors this live dashboard, providing that 34% oversight.
While the agent continually maintains the state of the koans.
Exactly. I should also mention, you won't find this on GitHub. Kohala is strictly closed source, and you have to reach out to them directly for enterprise pricing.
Here's where it gets really interesting to me, though, is that 66% autonomy actually a feature and not a bug? Like, is keeping that human reliance the ultimate safety net for businesses?
I completely agree with that. The true business value isn't letting an agent run totally unsupervised. The agent handles the heavy lifting, but the human is kept strictly in the loop.
So they are offering complex autonomous capabilities, but tethering them strictly to upfront data quality control.
And those live, shareable outputs, yeah.
It's a very grounded approach. But it does leave me with a fascinating thought for you to chew on. If platforms like Kohala are mathematically scoring and rejecting the quality of our data sources before a build,
Right.
what happens down the line when the AI starts deciding that the majority of our human-created data is entirely obsolete?
Oh man, an AI that just refuses to work with our flawed human logic.
Exactly. That is definitely a scenario for you to mull over. If you want to investigate Kohala's workflow for yourself, you can find them over at the AIagentstore.ai website.
Yeah, highly recommend looking at the page directly.
Thanks so much for taking a second to rate the podcast. It makes a huge difference for us. Catch you next time.